Shabbat Shalom from Interfaithfulness, where we're building bridges, where history builds walls. And we've been building a bridge for you in recent weeks to the 6 C's of faith sharing, ideas that will help you in sharing Yeshua faith with other people. Today we come to the 5th of those 6 C's of faith sharing, and this is the consequences. In other words, when we're sharing Yeshua faith with someone, what should we tell them is going to be the benefit that they get? That's a good question. It's an important question. I want to give you a handle on that. And I'm going to be rather painting with a broad brush because we only have a few minutes. And I want to give you a handle that you can easily remember. So painting with a broad brush, what are the consequences of coming to Yeshua faith? In other words, what good is it going to do people? It's a good question. So let's look at a very familiar passage here. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17 to 19. And Paul talks about the consequences here. He says this. He says, therefore, if anyone is united with the Messiah, he is a new creation. The old is past. Look, what has come is fresh and new. And it's all from God, who has, through the Messiah, reconciled us to himself and given us the work of that reconciliation, which is that God in the Messiah was reconciling mankind to himself, not counting their sins against them, and entrusting to us the message of reconciliation. Out of that passage, which I invite you to revisit because you should make a little bit of a study of that, I find 3 ideas that are worth keeping in mind. Number 1, we have a new sense of being. Therefore, if anyone is united with the Messiah, this united with the Messiah is a palpable reality. When we come to believe in Yeshua, the Spirit of God, the Ruach HaKodesh, comes and bonds with our spirit. It says, in the scripture, it says, if anyone joins himself to the Messiah, he is one spirit with him. And the spirit is our most essential core of our being. And the beingness of the Messiah comes and bonds with our essential beingness, and from henceforth we're meant to live our lives out of a joint sense of being. It's kind of like a marriage. In a good marriage, the husband and wife experience life out of a sense of togetherness. So we have a new sense of being that is offered us through Yeshua faith. Let's look at the second component of this new life is a new citizenship. It says, we are a new creation. The old is past. Look, what is new is fresh, and what has come is fresh and new. A new creation. What does that mean? It's not just about our subjectivity. It's the fact that we are indeed citizens of the age to come when we come to believe in Yeshua. We get our passport to the age to come. And we experience the powers of the age to come in this life. I know that sounds extraordinary, but let me tell you, it's true. Now, do we experience these powers of the age to come Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and twice on Saturday? No. But there are experiences we will have which we know are so supernatural and so reminding us of the wholeness and the fullness of shalom that is coming in the age to come, that we know that these are a foretaste, hors d'oeuvres, off the table of that feast. So, a new citizenship, a sense of this kind of destiny, and an experience of some of its benefits. And finally, number 3, we have a new status. We're fully forgiven and accepted by God. It says, it's all from God, who through the Messiah has reconciled us to himself and has given us the word of reconciliation. God reconciled mankind to himself, not counting their trespasses against them. So we have a new status to talk about. We have a new sense of our standing in the presence of God. We don't have to be ashamed. We don't have to be afraid. We don't have to be cautious. We are fully forgiven and fully embraced by the living God, blessed be He. So these three benefits are the consequences of Yeshua faith. There's more that could be said, but this is enough for now. We offer people a new sense of being one with God and the Messiah, a new citizenship, a passport to the age to come, and a new status, being fully forgiven and accepted by God. That's a good message. It's a good thing to deliver, and it's good news. So I hope it's good news for you to hear it, even if you've heard it before, and it'll be great news if you'll pass it on to others. So we'll get to the sixth consequence, the sixth C of faith sharing this Sunday, which is going to be community concerns. And you'll have to find out what that means when you see me then. But for now, I'm going to ask you to do something, and that is share this video with your friends on your Facebook page. Spread the word. Spread the riches. And thank you very much. From Interfaithfulness, where we're building bridges, where history builds walls. Bye for now.